I'll skip it and go faster. Sorry about that. But everybody's talking about souls, and I think it's funny that the current issues of the magazines have got a bunch of footprints all over, and it snowed. Do you remember what snow was like? But it reminds me to say, if everybody's going to write stuff up, I'm just going to write CC&D magazine. And that is CCAND 96. That's TV. If you don't know that, JarenKuypers@gmail.com, I can forward it to the right thing. You can have poems. I think I've had poems from 1, 2, just left you, and I just accepted it from you. If you would, and it could be in a book, it'll go out through Amazon. Blah, blah, blah. If you want to know more about it, just ask me. Whatever. No, sorry, I just wrote too much. Here's my one poem. It's the first poem that I wrote about creativity, and I just saw it for you because I'm going too fast.
Good.
And this is called Queen of Multimedia for a reason. When people are offered a 10-minute time slot to perform poetry, most people call them poetry readings. But I call it a show. Why? For instance, I incorporate music any way I can. If it can't be live, I'll sound for recordings from my musician friends. For years, I used PowerPoint and huge screens of my art to coincide with my poetry, or else I'd display videos, either by making videos to display or by filming me while I read, and showing me on a live stage on a big screen right there with me. And no, I didn't play with props to distract people from my writings, but to incorporate different senses so that people could remember my poetry with both sights and sounds. And sure, they might have granted me the title Queen of Multimedia or Multimedia Diva back in Chicago, but it's more than that. It's more than throwing technology into poetry performance art shows. And I'm not trying to be the poetry shock jock. I just look for different ways to get the message across and hammer my poetic point home. And you know, sometimes it's fun to use more than just words. Once, I did a show of poems about other countries. I displayed on a screen a giant drawing of a TV, or my photo slideshow scrolled on the screen of my drawn TV, while I sat in a drawing of a giant chair and clicked on a giant mock remote control. Because if the world doesn't match what I want sometimes, then at least I can draw the world just as I want it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it can be all about the props for creating Wink Martindale long, thin game show host microphone, but that mic was perfect when I had my Warhol wig and a 50s jacket, when I did a poetry feature and it became the Poetry Game Show. Other poets each read a poem of mine, and after I borrowed a sound pressure meter, I awarded the poet with the loudest applause with a paper Burger King crown adorned with Poetry Game Show winner flags. I did a show about conflicts with the cops by wearing prison orange, removing the handcuffs off my wrist for the feature, and standing in front of a huge height ruler like I was getting my mugshot taken. I did a show like I was on my cell phone, reading poems like they were actual conversations. Because how many times have you been able to listen in to someone else while they're loud-mouthing and off from the rest of the world while they're still just talking on their cell phones? I wrote a poem about being an open book, and I read it at a show after using novel pages to make a paperback jacket. Because really, you could guess a thing or two about me by listening to what I care to share. Because yeah, I've done a lot of shows by standing at a stage and reading poems, but when it comes down to it, those aren't the shows that people remember. Because if you can incorporate people or props or music or video into a show, and if it's something that people will remember, well then, all that makes me think is that being a poet is one thing, but when it comes to poetry shows, maybe being the queen of multimedia isn't such a bad thing after all.